Hey there and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I decided to jump on that bandwagon and do I followed a so-and-so makeup tutorial. So I put that on my Instagram, asked who you wanted to see, and Jaclyn Hill won, so that's who we're going to do today. And I couldn't decide on one that I wanted to do because a lot of her eye looks are very warm toned, and that's like the only thing that I do. And they all look the same, like coppery, bronzy, golden, orange, and I was like, there's got to be something else, something that's a little bit challenging and colors that I really don't wear ever. So I found, I think, a very good one, and that's what we're going to do today. So if you want to see me try to follow along to a Jaclyn Hill tutorial, then just keep on watching.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For thousands of people out there that feel the beyond obsessed with neutrals. I've just gotten in, this inspired me to get outside my comfort zone. I think I'm scrolling down I didn't want to do anything straddling my comfort zone right now. I hated the footage. It was so much. Alright, I'm just gonna start off by priming my eyes. I'm just using a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape concealer.
Me too, girlfriend. So I'll be taking Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral. It appears we are doing eyes first, which is very different for me. I always do my whole face makeup routine first, and then I do my eyes. So already stepping out of my comfort zone, baby. And I'm just gonna set it with the RCMA No Color Powder.
I always go over it with some powder is because the eyeshadow will go on and apply and blend out so smooth if you have a powder on first, as opposed to going over it just with a tacky concealer or tacky primer. The eyeshadow just won't blend properly and it just adds a lot more work for you. So I always recommend setting your eye primer with a powder because I just feel like it makes the world of a difference. I'm going to be going in with the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts eyeshadow palette today. I believe... Why, God, why?
Okay, so I do not have that eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to be using 3 different eyeshadow palettes to create the colors that she's wearing because I do not have that palette.
I'm going to start off by going in with these 2 shades right here, which is Air and Royal
She's just using a bone colored shade and then a light brown, so that's what we're going to do today, girl.
Both of these shades are a matte, and I'm going to just put them right here in the lower area of the crease. I'm mixing them together. I'm dipping my brush in Air and then in Royal Prerogative and then tapping off the excess and then going right into this crease area. And I'm using a long-haired natural brush. And as you can see, I'm doing it mainly just on the outer corner. And then once I basically have nothing left on my brush,
oh my gosh, I was okay, a little behind. So basically we're just doing a transition, I guess. This part doesn't really matter too much. I've never realized how fast we move in tutorials. I guess it wouldn't make sense for it to be in real time, but it's a lot of pausing if you're actually trying to follow along.
I'm going to be using ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Ibiza. I'm just taking this on a small little fluffy brush. Any brush would honestly do. Anything just to get that color on the inner corner. I'm just going to put this on that entire inner corner area.
Okay, so I don't have the ColourPop palette or the brush she's using, but don't worry, we're going to get to that similar color. So there's a color in the Dare to Create palette that looks like this, and then a color in her palette that looks like this. I think I'm going to lay down the one from the Jaclyn Hill palette first on the inner corner, and then perhaps go over it with the lighter one in the Dare to Create palette. This is so not something I would do. I would never put a color like this in the inner corner.
We want the majority of this color right there in that inner corner, in that tear duct area, and then we want it to fade out from there. Alright, so now that we have that turquoise blue in the inner corner, I'm going to pick up the Queen of Hearts palette again, and I'm going to grab Queen Mother, which is this really beautiful shimmery purple shade right here. And I don't normally put shimmery purples in the outer corner of my eye, but today we're just trying new things, y'all. We're trying new things.
I'm going to use the purple from the Jaclyn palette.
I'm going to just pack this on. I am using the exact same brush as I did for the inner corner. I just wiped it off on a paper towel so that there was no loose blue eyeshadow left on it. But I'm just going to use the same brush and I'm going to just pack this on right out on the outer corner.
So to kind of fix that, I'm going to pick up this shimmery red from the Jaclyn Hill palette and mix the two to make it more of a reddy purple as opposed to a bluey purple.
This is my first time ever using this eyeshadow brush and I really like it.
Okay, she's like literally not telling you where to put it on your eye or like how to blend it or like, she just said put it here, so I did that, but now what? So I'm going to take like this blending brush and start to blend that color out.
So now I'm going to grab Your Majesty, which is this beautiful shimmery gold right here in the center of the palette. I'm going to use the exact same brush again. I'm just going to pack this onto the center and then blend it. So now I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of that matte orange shade on a fluffier brush.
Not sure what orange she's talking about because we haven't used an orange yet, but I am going to I'm going to use this matte orange from the Dream Street palette by ColourPop on a fluffy brush.
I'm going to just take it right over the corners of that purple just to give it more of a pop. So now, just because I don't love the way the outer corner is looking, I'm going to grab some MAC Deep Damson eyeshadow on a fluffy brush. I'm just going to pack that over the outer corner of the eye.
Again, I don't have that, so I'm going to use, there's two like burgundy purple colors in the Dare to Create palette that kind of look like what she just used. These two guys right here.
Just kind of low down here because I just wanted to have a little bit more depth.
So she kind of started like putting it really low.
Alright, I'm just going to grab a makeup wipe and just clean up some of this fallout because it is looking really grungy under there. So now that I cleaned everything up with a makeup remover, literally all I did is just wipe it away.
Okay, one thing I'm noticing is it's very hard to recreate looks when you have different eye shapes. Like my eye shape is completely different than hers, and like her lid space is completely different, and like if you think about it, tutorials are great, but like they don't work on anyone else's face but that person's. Like it's never gonna look exactly like that person's, but whatever. Okay, so she just put fake eyelashes on, and if you know me, you know I don't really wear them. So I'm gonna put mascara on and then I'll be right back. The mascara I've been using is the Lancome Monsieur Big. Big is the new black. I don't know what any of those words are.
I'm going to prime my face. I'm using this Sisley primer that I keep going back and forth on because it is so expensive and I really don't want to love it from the bottom of my heart, but I do feel like it is a good primer. But I've been going back and forth between several primers recently because there's a lot of them that I purchased the past couple of months, and this is just one of them.
I am for sure not using that primer. Honestly, I don't prime like more days than not because it's just like an extra step that I don't see the benefit of. But speaking of benefit, I'm going to use the Benefit Professional, the pearly version. And I already have my serums and moisturizers and all that stuff on, so.
For foundation, I'm going to be using the Dior Skin Forever foundation. Oh my gosh, you guys! I'm sure I'll be raving about this in my favorites video very soon.
Not using that either because I'm not made of money. Surprise! I'm 21 and I'm not made of money. So for my foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion. And if you've watched any of my videos, you would know I am obsessed with this, and this is so good. And it's like $7.99, $8.99. It's too good, friends. And I just love the way it makes my face look. So I will be using this for my foundation. And it's a brand new one, so nothing like brand new products, am I right? And I am matching my face to my body because I'm a little bit self-tanned. I just think this foundation is so good, especially for the price, and it wears really well and it doesn't settle on my fine lines like extremely bad. Like it's really good.
Alright, I'm using some of the Tarte Shape Tape on my under eye area, and then I'll also put it on other areas of the face that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. God, I love this concealer so much!
It literally is the best.
Do your eyeshadow first and then you do your concealer. You just have to be really careful when it gets to that eyeshadow line. Like I created that line earlier, so now I just have to make sure that I use a pointed beauty blender and I just get right up next to it, but you just don't want to like pounce over top of it, otherwise you will ruin the eyeshadow that you created. Okay, now for powder, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush.
You can just stop right there because I do not own anything Charlotte Tilbury. So I will be using the RCMA No Color Powder under my eyes like I always do, and then dusting a little bit on the rest of my face.
Right underneath my eye because I do like my under eye area to be just a little bit lighter than the rest of my face, not a ton. Alright, let's do these brows. Voila!
I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera because she did her eyebrows off camera, and I will be right back.
Alright, so moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to pick up some of that matte orange shade from the palette. I'm going to start off by just connecting that upper shadow.
For the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with the orange shade again and just run this on the lower lashes.
The lower one. I'm just putting this orange all along the lower lash line. Alright, so I'm going to stop about 75% of the way in because I'm going to go back in with that ColourPop blue, and I'm going to put...
We're going to take that same blue shade again and run this on the lower inner corner, which I would never do, and I hate the way it looks on my eye, but...
I'm going to just connect it to that inner corner. Alright, I'm going to grab some more of that MAC Deep Damson, which is that dark purple. I got something in my right eye and it's like starting to water. Ooh, Nelly! Alright, I'm just going to push this right up against my actual lash line nice and tight. Alright, just going back with that same pencil brush.
Okay, gonna take a flat defining brush and the darkest purple from the Morphe Dare to Create and just push this in our lower lashes.
I used to apply the orange. I'm just going to blend that all together. I'm going to go back in with that same original gold that we used on the center of the eye, and I'm going to spritz my brush with some Fix Plus again. I'm going to pop that in the very center of the lower lash line.
And then we're going to pop some of that gold on the lower middle third.
Ooh. Alright, I'm going to bronze my face really quick. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Topaz Duo. I have just been so in love with this bronzer recently.
Okay, so I guess we're just leaving the face like this, or the eyes like this. I don't know. I think it looks terrible, but looks perfect on her, but that's her eye shape. So for bronzer, I don't have that. I don't have any of these products, but I'm just going to use the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula and just slap this all over my face using this big old Morphe brush. And I agree, I don't really contour anymore. I feel like no one does, unless you're like 16.
It's weird, I really haven't been contouring recently. I don't know why. Like, I've just gotten into the habit of just bronzing. I used to contour every day. Like, I didn't even know how to do my makeup without contouring, and now I haven't done it in months. I feel like the trend used to be like contour, 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 and now the trend is all about highlighting. And so I feel like I just accidentally fell away from it. I want to start contouring again though. I always forget. I just start bronzing and I'm like, whoops!
I love this bronzer, just saying.
Alright, I'm going to use some Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to set these brows. I always do this after I bronze my face.
I already put my brow gel on. I don't really care. It doesn't really do much for me. It just holds them in place and I didn't mess them up. So, moving on.
Powder in the shade 13. I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone real quick.
For my brow bone highlight, I'm just going to use one of her lighter shades in the Jaclyn palette. Like a mix between these two little guys. And that should be good.
Girl, do you see that highlight? See how intense that is? It's another level. This highlight is insane. I'm gonna grab this holographic palette by Kat Von D, but I'm gonna grab that blue sapphire shade. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner to really make that like inner turquoise pop.
I don't have that. So I'm just using this color. It is called Kaleidoscope from the ColourPop collaboration with Kathleen Lights. And it's pretty much doing the same thing as that Kat Von D shade. It's pretty cool. And I've never known how to use it until today.
I'm going to grab some of the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in the shade Blackest Black. Just a little tiny percent.
And I'm just going to use a pencil liner and put this in my lower waterline as well as my upper.
Clearly, we're going for like a super natural makeup look today. Alright, so for blush, I'm going to be trying the Kylie Cosmetics blush in the shade X-Rated. Looks like a
surprise, surprise, I don't have that blush. But I have the Anastasia blush kit. And all of these shades look exactly like the ones she used. So I'm just going to mix like these two.
Okay, and then for highlight, I want to try this highlighter shade because it just looks so beautiful right here. It's by ColourPop, and what is this? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's their new collection though because there's a couple of them, but this one has like the bronzier shade in it, and I want to try this highlight. I will find it and link it down below for you guys. It just looks promising with the swatch that I did earlier, so I just want to know. I don't want to be too highlighted today. I don't want to be like blinding.
And for highlight, I don't have the exact palette she's using, but I have this ColourPop single highlight and here Kitty Kitty, and it looks like identical to the one she's using. I'm not exactly sure what is in that duo, but this will be good enough.
I want it to be a little bit more subtle. Wow, okay, ColourPop. Oh my gosh. I feel like ColourPop has stepped up their game recently. Like, at first, I was not too sure. But recently, I have been so impressed with their products. A little boop, boop, boop. Okay, I can't help myself. I'm just gonna take a little bit of Champagne Pop because I just feel like Champagne Pop makes everything better. And I love the peachy undertone that this has in it. And so it's gonna mix really well with my eye color.
And then we're gonna go in with a little bit of Champagne Pop, like she did.
I just really don't want a blinding highlight today. And now I'm like, sorry.
I just want a natural highlight today.
Okay, so now for the lips, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow.
Don't have that. Did you think you were going to come to this tutorial and then I would just have everything she has? What do you think? I'm made of money? I have a very similar shade, and this is the shade Aged Rose by Kiss. So Kiss Lashes also has makeup. It's called Ruby Kisses or RK by Kiss, and it was just started being sold in CVS. You can also get it online. I don't know if it's sold at Ulta, but this is just a liquid lipstick, and it's like the same color she's wearing. I'm
going to be using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. And all I'm going to do is just lightly sweep this right across the center of my lip.
And I'm just going to pop some Heavy Metal Liquid Liner in Midnight Cowboy in the center of my eye, and then we are done! Finally! And this is it. This is my interpretation of a Jaclyn Hill tutorial. And for the record, it's like really hard to follow tutorials. And what's even harder is trying to have the same eye shape as someone when you never will, because that's not your face. So I've never like actually realized that, because like I love makeup videos and I watch them all the time, but like I haven't ever sat down and tried to do it like exactly step by step. Like I've taken inspiration and like ideas and stuff like that and done it on my face, but I've never like tried to mimic someone's steps completely on my own face. And I'm seeing now that that's very challenging. So kudos to you people who actually watch these step by step and do them step by step with us, because that's amazing and I can't do it. So it's really tough. But this is what I came up with. The eye look just didn't work on my eye shape. This is as best as I could get it. I could not get that like rounded out corner like she had. I don't know how she did it. One thing I also learned is, like, I've never realized how much time we spend blending off camera or just like not edited into the video, because she didn't show her blending like at all. but like I would just slap it on and try to move on to the next thing like she was in the video. But like you have to stop and pause it and blend for like at least 10 minutes on every shade, or else you're just gonna have a huge mess. And I've noticed that that's like hard as the viewer at home, like not realizing that like between every step is like 10 minutes of blending in order to achieve what she made it seem like took 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. So I'll try to be better at that in my videos and like remind you and like keep some of that footage in the video, just so at home it's a lot easier to follow. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had some fun with me. Let me know in the comments something that you would like me to do, some video idea kind of look, maybe like a series. Like I want to do a series like Shane XO did, like the cocktail series and the gemstone series. I want to do something like that where like every week we have a different look within the series. So give me some ideas down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you watch my videos and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Just, it's right there. It's not that hard and it won't hurt anyone. So subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!